mean, I've tried it. Like it can come close. It's but like Derek, it's not the same. Like Derek said, it's a solid idea, but it won't be exactly the same.
I mean, if it's like content stuff, then sure. But if it's like functionality, it's not gonna
Mm,
do it.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's a better way than I can explain it.
Yeah. I'm trying to look at like relays and to see if your relays were not like taking the events or something like that.
Yeah, and like I went and did what you said to like clone the thing, and then that's when it showed up as that just thing I did on Friday, 4 days ago. So it's just I don't want that to be what's showing up on the shake the WTF site because that's not correct. Um, so I don't want to like hold this meeting up for everybody else. It's not about me here. It's about everybody. So I don't want to be like hogging the thing here.
No, you're all good. Usually it takes us a
No, it's fine.
few minutes to get
Um,
started.
yeah. Usually I'd wait around 5 minutes or so because people straggle and slowly fold in here. So just hang out, chat for a minute or two. I'm looking into your issue still here because I want to be able to reproduce it so I can try to figure out what happened to then be able to see if it can be fixed. But ultimately, I think that it can't be. But I'd like to give you good news. So that's why I'm trying to look into things. But generally speaking, if you clear your cache, stuff's gone. But that's no big deal if you can restore. But your restore is 2 days old. So that's why I'm trying to figure out why is it 2 days old if you have 2 days worth of work.
Yeah, exactly, which is super weird. So
I
that's
saw
what
your other one. I don't remember what it's called. No, I cloned it in on my phone here. What
yeah,
what
and that's what I did. I just did that super quick yesterday, like the opera one. And
Yeah, that's
so
what it was.
and so
Yeah,
that was set in the same,
yeah.
session, and so it was set to back up,
This
obviously.
the Satoshi Opera, it was updated 9 hours ago.
Yeah.
So it,
So
it had you did two commits on that this morning. I saw.
yeah, and so everything in my, like, builder has been on auto, so I'm not sure why Edster wouldn't have gotten all
Yeah,
of those things. So, anyway, um, I wish gosh, I hope we can do this because I mean, it's been so much work and money. So, I don't want it to just be gone and have to redo the whole thing. Um,
me too.
Yeah.
but I can show you guys what I built anyways if you wanna see it.
Yeah.
Sure. So yeah,
Do you wanna
let's
show
check
and
it
tell?
out. That
Show
that'll
show
that'll
and tell.
appease the vibe code gods to maybe
Right.
Yeah, maybe
Oh,
they'll be
Gabriel in the house.
okay, so hold on, let me
maybe
share.
we'll be able to see something. Fingers crossed. Confidence low, unfortunately, but
Okay, can you see?
take a look. Yes, my math.
Okay, so, yeah, so Edster's gonna be I'm renaming it, it's not gonna just be Edster because I came up with some more ideas about it, but the goal is it's a combination between, uh, like Kajabi meets Circle, meets Skillshare, meets Fiverr, meets obviously Noster. So the idea is to have accountability buddies, it's to have learning paths, it's to have gamification of your goals and stuff, and have kind of a vision board meets dashboard homepage, but then have all the other kinds of fun things that we do in life to do personal growth, to do business growth, for spiritual growth, but also definitely for connecting with each other. And whether you're having a sobriety counter or you're trying to raise money for a project or whatever it is that you might be working on, you can have some accountability buddies and then paying attention, and then we'll have an AI mentor So the AI mentor is in there and it knows your goals, it knows all the things because you pre-input them. Um, and if you're a community leader and you want to have different paid communities like a mastermind, if you're a coach, you can have a paywall there. But the goal is this whole thing is to have value for value content and education so that different types of people can put different kinds of learning up there, whether you want to teach. This is all stuff that the Shakespeare pre-populated. If you want to learn Bitcoin, if you want to learn cooking, if you want to learn skydiving, whatever, business and stuff. So the goal is to have something that's uh, mix and match. And if you don't want accountability buddies, you don't have to. The part that I came up with today that I've been working on is more of like collaborative stuff. So if like, cause we're working on the opera again, the Satoshi, the cyber opera, and we're going to make it into something that's kind of an open source opera. And I thought, well, how are we going to do that? So I just kind of threw together a quick site in 2 seconds. But if people are working on a song or they're working on an app like this and they're like, I need a dev or I need a graphic designer, you can put that into your profile and you'll have custom profile um, inputs. And it can be like, yeah, I like to hike and my bucket list. So we're going to create different, like for the homepage, these will all be customizable widgets, but we're going to keep it to 9 because just that way you're not doing too many things at once. But you'll have your personal learning library, kind of like an Obsidian uh, thing that people, you can put your all of the bookmarks and books and data and things that you want to collect. Um, of course, events, whether they're an event like this, whether it's a replay that you want to have, we want to have them be able to be live streamed and zapped. Ideally, that's the goal. Obviously, different communities, suggested communities would be based on what your goals might be that you put into your profile. So it can be like, oh, you're looking for, how to do marketing in 2026. Cool. Here's a suggested community. And then just a typical feed that you would find in Primal or X or whatever. But yeah, and then that's kind of what I'm building, and so I've been busting my ass on this. And so
It looks so
to
good.
not have it be there is really, really sad. But the Magic Mentor is still a work in progress, of course, but we want it to have something where the users can customize it and have it talk to you a certain way. What are your learning styles? What are your goals, etc.? And then a whole bunch more inputs. And ideally, what we want is people to be able to have control, of course, over their own data. And if people want it to be super private, like a private journal, and you don't want the world to see, I don't know how to do this, but I want to make it so that oh, it's not broadcast all over the world. And then the same stuff for like your daily wins or anything that you're working on with the buddy or a course or anything. You can keep all those notes private if you want, or if you want to share it with all of Noster, you can, have a slider that says, cool, I just lost 10 pounds today. Woohoo, yay me. Or, whatever it is that you might be working on. So, ideally we want to have this so that it's a tool for course creators, it's a tool for businesses, it's a tool for people looking to fund projects, or it's a tool for people looking to get funded. So kind of combining all of the things that are out there into like Lego pieces, and then letting people kind of build their own dashboard in their own life. But ideally, this is like the first thing that people will check into every day of their life. And so this will be sort of like a master tracker, but it's also gamified and fun and using sats and zaps and all that. So that's what Mama Val is building. What do
Nice.
you guys think?
I think it's very cool.
Loving it. It's very
Yeah.
cool. Very unique.
Yay. And thanks. I know it's like I have ADD and I need something that is in one spot. So I want something that like aggregates all of my stuff instead of having to go log in, like, because in Mighty Networks, for example, I'm in a couple different groups. I'm in a couple different groups in Circle, and I have to make different profiles for each fucking group. And I have to go, the whole thing. And so I'm like, I don't want that. I want one platform to show me what I'm learning in all of these different things in my life, and combine
Yeah.
them. So that's what I'm trying to build over here.
I
And then
know
Yeah.
Val, it looks like you have a lot of work done, and to lose it is very, saddening, disheartening, frustrating, everything all in one. I will say though that none of us have ever built our first website and still using it today. Our first vibe coded application, and none of us have built it and are still using it because they suck compared to what we can do because we got better. We learned how to build better. We learned how to do things more. Like, look, it's not just me. Like Patrick, he did this. He built the same amount of applications that I've built, and then over the months, uh, he's honed all his skills in and is now combining it into like a master application. So I I would say that it's kind of like a rite of passage to experience this. You build something, think it's amazing, and then a few months later, you're like, "Oh wow, this thing really sucks. I can do so much better." So
Yeah.
having to start over is not something anyone wants to do, but I think that you can take a lot of the knowledge that you have had and apply that to get back to where you were a lot quicker. Like whenever we were building Shakespeare, Alex literally started over, tore it down dozens of times. He was building it. He was saving his prompts essentially, and then just refining the prompt and then feeding it back into Shakespeare over and over and over again to get to where we're at now. So that it's kind of what people do. It doesn't seem like it, but I'm letting you know that maybe you're forced to join us, but usually everybody gets there one way or another.
I totally get that, and I'm all about, like, scrapping shit and iterating. It's just it's not even to a point it's like, it needs to be saved properly, and so this is
Yeah.
what's really frustrating that, like, it was on autosave and sync, and I kept hitting the thing with approve with Albie popping up every time it would make a change, and then I would hit the rocket, so it's like, I feel like
Sure,
that's
I get
frustrating,
it.
so
I
hopefully
want to
that'll
find
get
out what
fixed.
happened. I'm
Yeah.
not dismissing it. I'm just saying that uh, it's not as bad as it seems, but sure, I want to know because I see the little check mark all day long. I see the spinning circle as it's syncing, and then I see the check mark that it's been synced. So if I
Right.
see this all day long, um, and sometime I find out that it was lying to me, then I'm going to be really upset. But
How do you check it? Like,
well,
for me to
I
go into the get thing and know that, like, yep, this is the most recent
I mean
thing.
I've never so I don't have to click approve. I have it automatically do it. Like I in Albi, the very first time that window pops up and says, "Do you want to approve this event of this kind number?" I say, "Don't ask me again," and hit approve, and then it never asks me again. So I just assume it's always backing up. But what you can do is you can click the URL. Like if you go to the little cloud with the arrow, you click on it.
Uh-huh.
It says Noster Git, and if you go to the far right, there's the little square with the arrow pointing out, like the external link. So if you click on that, it will take you to nosterhub.io and your project, and you'll be able to see like mine says Derek Ross feat added user friendly link dialogue last commit January 11th, 2026. Like you'll be able to see the last commit message when that last commit was.
Okay, because like, right now, the thing that I cloned, it says it doesn't exist. Uh,
So this could be part of the problem. It could be part of the relay issue. So if you click on like the login up top, or you should be able to have a relay switcher, and you can change to a different relay.
okay.
Like for example, like I have mine. The Noster Hub has an update coming. It just needs to be deployed. But if you change relays to, for example, like the Ditto relay or the Damus relay or Primal relay, Like usually the Damus relay will have it. The primal relay nukes repositories from time to time. They
Oh
go
my
through
God.
and delete repositories because it's not an event that they want to house. So we need to update to not use that, and that's one of the things that I have an update coming out for. That's besides the point. So, uh, you cloned it, so you know it exists. But if you use the switch relay, you can switch to a different relay, and you should be able to find it.
Okay, let's try to clone it again and see what happens. Okay, but either way, the slider to have it automatically sync is there. So I don't know
Yeah,
what
so
else.
I don't know either. If you have it automatically syncing, then in my opinion, it should be automatically syncing. So I'm curious. I haven't seen it. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm just saying I haven't seen it. Alex implemented the automatic thing 2 weeks ago after we went back and forth about it, and I've assumed it's always been working since then. The automatic sync. I've never seen it not, but I've only gone in and cloned my repos a handful of times from different devices. But I will say, oh, Sunday, yeah, no, Saturday, yeah, yesterday. I'm sorry, yes, yesterday, Sunday, I used it. I used that clone all day long because I was working between two different apps, going back and forth, and it worked all day long for me yesterday.
I have a question. Maybe it's a dumb question. Um, Val, do you use GitHub at all? Because if you aren't, you might be the first person who doesn't use GitHub with Shakespeare that I can tell.
I'm the first person who does not use GitHub with Shakespeare. I've been putting it on Noster Hub, whatever.
That's what I
Noster Git.
use.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
use Noster Git.
Okay.
yeah.
I wonder
I
if-
mean, I used to use it as a, I used to use GitHub a while ago, but probably the past, I don't know, month, I've been pretty much, except for like two old projects, I've been exclusively using Nostrgit, kind of like, dog fooding. If the majority
okay.
of people were pigeon, shooing them into using it, I've been using it too.
Yeah. I'm gonna use a
So like
GitHub.
I'm trying to do this again and get it back from the Git thing, and it's just stuck on pushing. It says pushing, and I'm not trying to push. I'm trying to pull so that it populates, and it's just stuck.
Share your screen.
I'll show your screen. Let me
Yeah.
share.
There you go.
There we go. Can you see the pop-up?
Yes.
Yeah. Pushing.
So I
Do
don't know
you,
why it's
do you have an Albi extension pop up right now?
no. It's just a Nostr Git pop-up that says the repo and the automatic sync and that it's pushing. And so I don't know why it's trying to push because I haven't given it anything to push.
And this is from the clone.
Just now, I just cloned it again to try to see like why if I could make the Albi pop up happen again.
Sure.
So Albi's here, so it knows Shakespeare's alive. And yeah, so it's just kind of stuck in this little loop. So I'm not sure what it's doing.
I just clicked on clone on Edster, and I'm cloning it right now. And it's done. I just clicked the clone button.
Okay, so can you see my pop-up right now?
And how it's still
Oh, hold
pushing.
on. Share this tab instead.
All
So
right.
this is my pop-up. Do you see my
Yeah,
Albi pop-up?
yeah.
So yellow confirm, that's the button that I've been hitting 10,000 times. And so it should be, then that's what happens. I get a sync, yay, it's synced, it'll close, and then I'll go. I'm not going to push it over here because I don't want to screw up the existing site and put this slop here. But do you know what I'm saying? So basically my workflow is, hold on. You guys can't see my screen anymore, can you?
No.
So the workflow is, work inside of here, blah, 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 tell it what to do. It'll say, okay, cool. I'm going to build it and update it. And then this little thing would spin in a circle and tell me what's going on. And then the Albi thing would pop up and I would say, approve. and then it would say, yay, everything's done. And then I would hit this button. So I would just rinse and repeat that every time I would make a change. And now it's gone. And all gone.
That is so weird.
I
Yeah, so
know.
I mean, I can't reproduce it.
Because I mean, that's automatic sync. That's
Yeah.
it. That's what's been going on. So I don't know what to do. And I guess I have to start over. This is really,
Go to well, you it did end up syncing for you, right? Like just now?
I mean, just now, yeah, it finished. So
Sure.
it said it synced.
Yeah. I mean,
So if we look at the most recent sync, shouldn't it say like right now it did a sync? Like that should be like,
I mean, you're not pushing any changes. Like
well, why don't I just say,
if
you
you were to
know,
make a change, like again, still looking at your repository, your last change is committed 2 days ago. So
yeah.
if you were to make a change and then have it sync,
Here, so we'll just say make all the font black and see what happens. Okay, so see how it's got that little yellow thing and it makes a circle?
yeah,
Okay. So it's obviously doing
I
something.
see it. Yeah, it's trying to do the push. It's the spinning. It's
Yep. And then
trying to push
I hit
all the
confirm.
different. Yep.
So it's allowed the Shakespeare to sign this 30618 kind of event, whatever that means. So
Mhm.
the not or the Albie thing popped up. So I'm saying confirm.
And we can't see that, but yeah,
And then now we get a green.
and I see the green check mark.
So now let's see if it if I click this one, it should go to the repo. Like if I click the arrow with the square in the Noster Git, like it'll show it should take me to the Git and show the most recent update.
You should see that.
Is that right? Like, but that's the button I
Yeah,
hit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If you go there, that'll open up, and we can't see that tab, but that'll open up Noster Hub, and you
Okay,
should
yeah.
see
So
your latest change.
it says repository not found. Okay, so let me log
Change.
in because I'm not
Yeah,
logged in on Noster Hub yet. So let me go log in, and maybe that's why.
I said, yeah. You just need to change the relay. The
Uh,
default relay, it's not found on.
the default relay inside of Shakespeare.
No, it's specifically a Noster Hub issue. That Noster Hub has a bug that I'm waiting for that to get pushed out.
Okay, so hold on. So I'm here in Noster Hub. It says repo not found. I'm not logged in here. So if I go to extension, log in with extension. Hold on, I gotta reload it. So it says it's there. Dun, give me an extension, connect, blah, 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 blah. Okay. It's calling me Quick Cobra again. Who's Quick Cobra?
That's you.
Yeah.
I am not Quick Cobra, girl.
It's kind of
Why is
like
it calling me Quick Cobra?
it's like it's lorem
It's
ipsum thing while it loads,
Oh,
reads
okay.
stuff. Yeah, there's like a how do you word it, Derek? It's like a
It's
temporary.
just
it's
yeah,
a
it's
skeleton.
yeah,
It's a
propagated
skeleton because it
mhm.
doesn't know who your profile is. It doesn't know who you are.
But I gave it information in
That
Albie. Why doesn't
the
it?
because the relay that it's pulling the information from doesn't know who you are.
Okay.
That relay it doesn't know. That's all.
Okay, but so it says the repository is not here still.
Yeah, that's a Noster Hub issue. Noster Hub If you add, I'll put it in the chat. It said, I'm waiting for this new version to get pushed out. But if you add a different relay, if you go to Noster Hub, click the login, click that login, go down to relay, click in there, and then put in WSS :// relay.ditto.pub, what I just put in the chat, and click on add relay and use that relay. That relay will work. And then you can see your project. And I can click on your project and I see January 12th, make all fonts black was just pushed a few minutes ago. It's just a Noster Hub display issue. The content lives on Noster. This app is bad and it should feel bad.
Okay.
Tisk tisk.
Okay. Well, so clearly it's syncing somewhere, and
Yes.
the most recent thing was working. And I guess I just don't get, like, where did all the other work go? Because it obviously was making all those changes, because that's what I was publishing to the real live site, to the WTF site.
Yeah. Um, I still don't think that your events were being published because they're not there. Like I looked manually on a couple different relays and I didn't see anything. I don't know why. I mean, we're still got back to I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't either.
I know there's no. Unfortunately, I don't have a data trail to figure out. Like if it says it was doing it, then I don't understand why it wasn't. Because I personally have not seen that.
Okay, so then basically this is my quadruple check now in the future, to look here on Noster Hub to make sure that the most recent change is published.
Yes, I will still say you shouldn't have to do that, but if I were you in your case, and if I was burned, I would probably check as well because I wouldn't want to have it happen again. So I'm not going to fault you for doing that, but I'm going to fault our application because it shouldn't. If that is what truly happened, that should not be happening. Like I haven't seen it happen, so I need to try to figure out how because I cannot reproduce it, and I haven't heard anybody else have that issue. So need to understand why it happened. I'm still wanting to lean towards something about the events um not actually publishing, like maybe Albie didn't approve them, but then if that was the case, it would sit there with an orange dot or a yellowish dot the whole entire time, letting you know that there's changes that need to be synced. So I don't think that that's it either. I'm really stumped right now, Val.
Yeah, I am too, because I that I've had moments where I was like, "Don't approve it," because I wasn't done with, like, the change and I just wanted to
Hmm.
put them all together. So I just said, "Cancel," and then I'd do some more editing, and then I would say, "Okay, approve this instead," because I changed my mind on something. Um, and so I know what it looks like when I would say, "Don't approve." But so having that green, or whatever, the check mark afterwards, like, that was my, like, little safety blanket. Um, so, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to redo this. Unless you guys find something that it's in cyberspace somewhere, and I just, if there's a way to take all the stuff from what's already been published.
So there is not. The only thing that could be happening, a- and I'm going to look into it more. Let's say best case scenario that you had all of your events published to, we'll just say, the nget relay and relay.nget.dev or whatever the website is. I forget. That relay maybe has all your events and maybe it's down right now. I'm gonna try to look and figure out what possible relays that we publish to. Like I know we published to the Shakespeare and get instance, and I looked there, but maybe it's a your content is on another relay. I doubt it, but maybe it's on another relay, and maybe that relay is down right now. So I just need a little bit of time to look into it just to see. Fingers crossed. Confidence low, but these things do happen. I mean, relays do go up and down. So you could be publishing to a relay that has your content, and then the relay could be down right now. That
Okay.
is absolutely possible. I don't think it's the case, but it's 100% possible, and I'm going to look into it for you.
Okay, thanks. Because right now, what I have right here in my relay configuration, it's the relay.ditto.pub, relay.noster.band, relay.primal.net, and then the Noster Git servers are the get.shakespeare.diy, and then the
Uh-huh.
relay.nget.dev. Those, and I haven't touched them because I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. So whenever you go to the Noster configuration, you go down to the bottom where it says Noster Git servers. There's relay.nget.dev, and then there's the Shakespeare one. So if it's not on the Shakespeare one or the nget one, then yeah, I don't know, but I'll double check.
Okay, and all right. Well, hopefully we'll get this fixed because this was a lot of work and credits and all that. So, uh, but I know that this is a work in progress project. So we're going to rock it. And I can't wait to get people off of fucking X and all those other stupid places and over here to Noster.
People can't wait to get off of the stupid places too.
I know. Like seriously, it's such a downer to be all over there, but it's just the more that we can keep working on these things and making it user friendly for, people like me who are not coders and just want to put some stuff together, it's going to be a lot more uh scalable, for people to
Amen.
build over here. So but my little boy is sick and I hate to cut out on you guys right now, but I have to go to the store and get him some stuff for his throat.
Aw.
But I wanted to pop up here and say Happy New Year. I love you guys. And Derek, thank you so much for trying and
Sure,
congrats on your new
Yeah.
chapter.
I'm
Everyone else
looking
on
for
here,
you.
it's good to
Fingers crossed.
see.
Much
And,
love, be love.
all right. Let me know if you need anything, Derek, and that way I don't have to start again. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm looking at like half a dozen different relay and get relays right now, just out of curiosity, if any of them have your data. So
And Heather, you had mentioned like, I mean, if I go into the published website, like to take the is there anything I can copy and paste and at least just tell the AI to like try to make this website, or should I just screenshot everything and tell it to do it from screenshots?
You can tell it to do it from screenshots. That's like giving it, the end result that you want. And it will understand that. Like I mean, it might copy the website, but it's not going to be the right thing. Do you have your original prompt saved somewhere? Like
No, that was another thing with I
uh,
mean, I've literally been working on this like at least 20 hours in the last couple of days. So all
oh
my
gosh.
prompts, I was asking Derek if we could, somehow save our chats inside of the AI the same way that the other AIs do. Cause like I work in Notion all the time and every chat that I've had is saved. I
Okay.
can go refer back to it and go, oh, here's my prompt that I was talking about, set up, blah, 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 so I can
yeah,
just copy and paste.
and
So
that's coming. Lemon's working on that. Like all your
Yeah.
chats will be saved.
yeah,
You'll be able to see them all, and they'll all be there. So that's
yeah.
coming. He has it working in his development environment. Just needs to polish it up, and then we'll push it out probably within the next week.
Cool. And you said yesterday that we're able to like use Maple AI or any of these decentralized AIs if we want, or
Yeah,
private AI thingies.
private AI, yeah. So,
Yeah.
but the way that works is you need to run a like Maple proxy, like a piece of software on your Mac,
Okay.
and then once you run that, then you have to go into Shakespeare and add a custom provider. It 100% works. You just need to add it as a custom provider, and you add the local proxy like URL that you get from the Maple software, and then it works.
Okay, cool. Because I'm just thinking for the future, for everyone building, it would be really neat to have little tutorials on how to do stuff like that, or how to do like, do we need a relay or not a relay? Because like that was something I was trying to figure out yesterday. I think I was texting you like,
Yep.
'cause I don't want to be responsible for another course creator's stuff if they're teaching people how to like build bombs or something fucked up. So
Yeah.
It
you
won't
know
do
what I
that.
mean? Like, so
It won't do that.
yeah,
Most of the
I
AIs
just want
won't
to
do that.
build something. Yeah. Well, but it's like just from like if we're building this as like a tool for other people to go use, I want to learn how to teach them too, and
Yeah.
myself, like
Cool.
how to set up private relays, because Heather, we were talking about having like private, for sobriety groups and stuff, right? Like everybody doesn't want all their shit on the whole world. So we want to have it like
So true.
private or a private journal. So how do we set stuff up so that you have the option that you can use public relays or private stuff? So I don't know, just whatever. I know you guys are super busy, but little tutorials. And once I learn, I'm happy to make tutorials. I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Well, I love the feedback. You've given us like a solid mountain of feedback we can get to work on. So appreciate you for that. Thank you, Val.
Yay. All right. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you soon, and keep building. Woohoo.
We will.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
We got some prolific builders in the house tonight. I love it.
Yeah, I still don't know how that happened to Val. I've been trying for 2 hours now to reproduce that, and I can't no matter what. And I've been using Shakespeare nonstop. You know that, Heather, for the past 2 days. Like,
I know.
and
From his
I'm literally
phone
using the
too.
web like more. Well, yeah, if we count Saturday, or I think it was like, or Sunday, whenever I was vibe coding in Walmart. Sure, I used it from my phone,
Yeah,
and then I came home and I loaned it to my desktop to work on it on
which
like
is
Sunday.
that's so cool. I did not know that you could do that too, because I haven't tried to do
Yeah,
that.
but so I know that this, damn it, I know that this stuff works. So I don't understand what happened to her. I would like to try to figure it out so we can try to prevent it, though.
Yeah, we need our
So
and get expert to dig in.
So yeah, I mean, we can talk to Dan. I don't think it's an NGET issue, but it could be. It absolutely could be. Um, so I think that we can move on from Val's issue and talk about some other stuff. So um, I can't demo what I was going to demo because I broke it. um,
Really?
yeah, I mean, I recorded a demo video earlier, but it doesn't work. So I'm gonna have to fix it. I completely fucked it all up. It's also the most complicated thing I've ever built in the past year. So I mean, I can.
What thing was that?
Well, I wasn't gonna talk about Inkwell. Inkwell's dumb.
I don't think Inkwell is dumb. I think Inkwell is smart. I'm
Oh,
trying
Inkwell is so dumb, but okay, fine. All right, I'm gonna talk.
to
I'll talk about Inkwell. Make Heather happy.
There we go.
All right, so Derek was in Walmart. Some of you may have read. Let's share the screen here. Some of you may have read the blog post. If you missed the blog post, that's okay. We're gonna go over it now. We're gonna go over Inkwell. Boom. All right. So lo and behold, this is Inkwell. I was in Walmart getting new tires on my car and grocery shopping with my wife, and it was taking a long time, and I was getting angry and frustrated as we stood there forever. And Heather and I were talking, and I needed to publish a blog post. So I said, okay, I will do that. I opened up Yakahone, and I had an issue. I said, okay, I'll go to Highlighter's mobile website, and I had an issue. I said, let me go to abla.news. And abla.news needed an extension in my to sign in, I assume, and I didn't have an extension in Chrome that I was using at the time. So now I'm very much raging, and I said, okay, let me try Primal. And Primal's My Articles link doesn't work on mobile. My Articles is only supported on desktop. So 4 different ways to write a blog post enraged me. And I said, fuck it. And I opened up Shakespeare on my phone, and I gave a very small prompt that said something along the lines of build a elegant, simple website for publishing and writing. I only want that and nothing else. I don't want to read no feeds, something like that. And this is what I got.
I
I
like
got
it.
this website where I'll sign out here just to show you what it looks like when you sign in. We'll reload. So I guess it looks the same. There you go. Uh,
Surprise!
I forgot. I forgot. All right. So you log in, and in the background, it automatically loads your drafts. So I had to do that. That was one thing I fixed on desktop.
Cool.
And then as soon as you click start writing, it said your drafts are automatically loaded. I have a draft I made yesterday, and this is one I have from 2 years ago. All of your published articles are under here too. So you can
Awesome.
scroll all of your published articles and edit them if you want. I added the published articles on desktop, and if you click this drop down here, you have the article slug that can be customized. You can add your hashtags. You can put the summary. You can hide that if you want to get it out of the way. If you want some tips, you can click on this and it shows you some markdown tips. You can also drag and
Oh,
drop and
cool.
paste images in here. But the big thing is that that I added is that the markdown is no longer displayed. So if I type something in here and I want it to be bolded, I can double click on it like and just hit Control B, and it's bold. It doesn't show markdown anymore.
Oh, cool.
So on mobile, this will work too, just like a standard editor would. The very first iteration of this used a different markdown editor, and it showed the markdown, and most people don't want to see markdown. So this is now, the markdown is all hidden, but if you're a nerd and you want to see it, you can click on the little question mark and it'll show you. But all of these buttons here, so there's now a pop-up. So it's just it does a word count, character count, and read estimation. That's all it is. It's just for writing. Like, it's
Mhm.
literally just for writing. It's not for doing anything beyond that. I just want a place to go and edit and publish an article while on mobile. And this works great on mobile. I did it on mobile. I'll probably do it again on mobile.
Mhm.
And any blog post I write, probably I'm going to use this because I like to dog food my own stuff. Every minute, if you are writing, it'll automatically save, so you don't lose any work.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you can also write offline, and then it'll save locally. And then you see this little icon, the cloud icon.
Yeah.
It'll be, I forget the icon, but there's a different icon when it's saved locally. So you can then you can load it and work on it. But it'll try to say it'll save it locally too, in case you're offline. But then then you can publish, and just like you normally would. Whenever you publish, there's a share screen. I'm not going to publish this, but we'll just do it just to test here. So you hit publish, it pops up. Let's see, my Albi extension. But so you get this pop up. It shares the article. If there was a header image, it'll show the header image. You can write another article. You can copy. You can get the end jump link, all that good
That's
stuff.
great.
But I'm going to hit deny. We're not sharing that.
Ah,
So I'm going to hit save just to show you. So I saved another draft. I now have 3 drafts. I go in here. Hey, there's my other draft. I'm going to delete it. Hit delete. I'm going to confirm the event, and it goes away.
it's simple. It's
So
functional. Does the job you wanted it to do.
yeah,
Cost you
it's nothing
$3.
special. I was very angry, and this made me not be angry anymore. Like,
It's
it,
Shakespeare, the emotional regulator.
yeah, the cool thing, I said, the cool thing is I did this from my phone in Walmart. It didn't take long. It cost me $3. And then I came back the next day, and there was 2 feature requests and 2 bugs from the community.
Hey,
And then I said I wasn't going to work on it because it was good enough for me. But if it, the 2 feature requests and the 2 bugs were significant enough that I wanted to work on it, so I did.
I'm actually not surprised that. I mean, you're not the only person having a problem just wanting to publish a simple piece of writing. That's
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah, I just wanted I don't want to read articles. I got apps for that, but I wanted a nice place to write. Um, there might be something I'm going to add here is This is I just noticed something and it's annoying to me. I don't know what. Okay, yeah. Okay, never mind. That's fine. Never mind. I forgot what it looked like when the screen expanded. All right, cool. So that's Derek's boring but fun little app that I made. All right, STL. What do you say?
Well, before you
You,
jump on, if I
oh yeah.
can, what are you using TipTap for the what you see is what you get thing? Or
No, Tip Tap. I'm using, what's it called, Milk Drop or Milk Down?
Milk down?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's Milk Down editor. Yeah, yeah. I'm using Milk Down.
Sweet, thank you. I've been trying
Yeah,
to find another one that I could possibly use. That would be
yeah.
better.
Whenever it it gave me an option of whatever one it first came up with was really bad, like the split pane and I didn't like it, but it worked good enough for me to get my article published. So when I came home, I cloned it to my desktop and I said, "Hey, I need to come up with a better WYSIWYG markdown editor." And it gave me three options. It was Tip Tap for the second one. The first one was Milk Down, and I don't remember the third one. And I said, "Hey, Milk Down sounds cool," but it gave me a couple options of different features, and it recommended Milk Down. And based on the features, I said I'll try Milk Down. So that's what I did.
And plus, there's
Awesome,
a
thank
bear. It's cute.
Yeah, but
So
Milk Down seems to work really well. But you can also, uh, look at my code. But if you needed to, cool, cool. I think that's really about. I'm looking at my project
For
here. Yeah, that's about it.
what are you using for storage for that project?
Noster.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
I'll have to learn how to do that.
yeah.
yeah. So all of the apps that most of us in here build use Noster unless you specifically need to build a specific backend for it. But if it's all public data, it's all social data, then it's all stored on relays.
So
And
sort
then
of also like database storage as well.
well, think of Noster as a very large public database. So it uses relays, Noster relays as the backend, Noster relays as the public database. Essentially, that's what it does. So I can run my own relay. You can run your own. There's dozens, hundreds of public ones, thousands of public ones probably. There's also paid ones, there's private ones, community ones, and so forth. So what I do is I have my own relay so I can be in charge of my own content and all of my social data goes to my own relay. But I also use some public relays as well. And if those public relays would ever disappear, I still have all my content on my relay. So it's decentralized and censorship resistant because my content lives in, half a dozen different places all at once.
Cool, that makes sense. So and you host yours, I gather, yourself, like you don't
Sure.
use a thing.
Yeah. No, yeah. You don't have to if you don't want to, but Noster gives you the ability to do that, to host your own content. And I like to say, that way you can rely on yourself, but also if you're a controversial person and you get banned from places, well, you can host your own content and nobody can ban you except for yourself if you wanted to. Or a government can't
Yeah.
ban you. We have a lot
Yeah.
of things happening in the world where that happens, where governments restrict people that are freedom fighters and so forth. They need places that they can publish their content, and their government can't silence them. So it gives people the opportunity to do that too.
Cool.
Cool. Patrick wanted to hear me talk about some nerdy stuff, so I can't show you, Patrick, because I broke it earlier. But I mean, I'll have to send you the video that I recorded and showed Alex. Actually, did I post it in the chat to show everybody, Heather? Maybe.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I also
But
might have missed it
so
too. I don't know.
yeah, I'll have to send that to you, Patrick, because it's completely fucked right now. But what I did is I used open code to create a Shakespeare agent a Shakespeare plugin that until a few hours ago was working perfectly, and then I tried to fix a bug and then it's completely wrecked. But you can have all the features of the Shakespeare web app on command line now, is where you don't need to use stacks and MK stack, and you don't need to use, like Cloud Code or anything like that. It's all built into this open code agent and plugin. You launch open code, you install the plugin, you connect to Noster, authenticate to Noster, NIP98. After authentication, you can use Shakespeare AI, any of the models that Shakespeare AI has. You can use Shakespeare Deploy, you can use Noster Git, and then you just say at Shakespeare, build me an app, and it clones the template and starts to build. And then when it's done, it publishes to Shakespeare.wtf, publishes to NGit. It's really, really cool, except I completely broke authentication when I was trying to fix a bug. Relays, when they disconnect or time out, there was a console message and it was annoying. So I tried to hide that, and hiding that console message just completely broke relay authentication somehow.
That sounds awesome. That
It is
for
awesome.
use plugin.
Yeah, I mean, it is awesome, but it's not working right now. Let's see, window. I can show you this really ugly thing here. So what I have broken here is, you would type Shakespeare Connect. It shows you a QR code. You scan the QR code. You're able to sign in. You say I connected, and then it's supposed to connect, and you can start building. But right now it doesn't connect anymore, and it used to. But you can, you can do the Shakespeare AI as a provider. It's in there. Models, the Shakespeare models show up. They're in here and selected. And when you select to use one, it used to use NIP98 authentication. So if you had Shakespeare credit, it would use your Shakespeare credit. So you could use command line, and then you would do at Shakespeare, build me a Twitter app, and then let's see, I did that. Let's see, is it called Noster Twitter?
Perfect popularity right now for open code.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I did this, because it's blowing up. And then let's see. Let's do. Let me do share screen here. So it does work. I typed "build me a Twitter app" last night, and it built me share. Let me share another screen here. It built me this and published it to Nostr Twitter, and it published it to Nostr Git. Like it 100% did it last night. So it was working when I went to bed last night, and then I tried to fix a bug today and completely fucked it. But yeah, 100% Shakespeare replication in open code. I'll hopefully have it fixed tomorrow. And then yeah, I'll ride the open way, or the open code wave. At least that's my goal.
Cool.
But yeah, it has said it didn't call it called it Noster up here, but I renamed it to Knitter just to test Noster Git to see if it would do it, and it did. So but that's the only thing I changed. It called it Noster, but I renamed it, and the Git commit worked and everything. So again, it's a fully working implementation, or at least it was last night. But this is the most complicated thing I built, because it has an agent, and it has a plugin, and then it has an npm package that all needs to be managed. So it's much different than just a web app. It's a lot of different moving parts. Oh, I can show you something else I built too. I forgot. I've been doing all sorts of building. Let's see here. We're going to share this. Whoop. I also built this. This is actually probably the crown jewel of everything.
Oh, yeah.
This, I mean, this shows Derek's workflow, but this is a lot of different things. All right, so this window here, over here on the right-hand side, is an open code window inside Obsidian. If you're familiar with Obsidian, it's a note-taking application. I essentially built myself an open source productivity suite where I use Obsidian for all of my notes. I build an open code plugin for Obsidian, which allows the open code to work inside Obsidian. Then I built myself several skills. The skills are a DevRel skill, which is really highly customized to myself. I built myself an executive assistant for calendar management and task management. I built myself content writer skills and a strategic planning skill. So I built myself these 7 different skills that I can offload tasks to where I use a bunch of open source tools like Cal for calendar, which syncs to my Google Calendar, Card syncing to my Google Contacts. I built a GitLab script to scrape everything from all of Shakespeare, all of Soapbox's Git instances, as well as all my own personal ones for issues and tracking of everything. Every morning that fires off and builds a task list. These are my tasks for today based on everything that I have in our GitLab, all of this stuff. And then I say, hey, build me a work day schedule to open code to Claude. And then Claude builds my schedule based on my contacts, my GitLab, my calendar, my task warrior tasks, everything. And it does this every single day. And then at the end of the week, I say, give me a weekly report, and it builds me a weekly report.
How is this not the first thing you shut off? This is crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And because it's said, yeah, this like, I don't know if it is going to make my life easier, but it's super, super cool organizing all of my information to literally tell me what I need to do every single day. And then I can just go down through and check stuff off. And when I check it off, it checks it off like in GitLab. It checks it off in my personal tasks, like in Task Warrior. And then like I put all my meeting notes in here. So it knows about upcoming meetings. It knows about summaries. It knows about conferences I'm planning, and literally like tells me what to do. Like the fact that I built it, that it's Obsidian Markdown, and then the fact that you have like AI in here, as long as you don't put like, personally identifiable information in your notes, it's just let AI roll with it and literally organize your life. Like the executive assistant is super cool. I build all the workflows. I mean, I used AI to build the workflows, but then I customized them and, saying these are the apps that I have priority over. This is the Soapbox apps I have priority over. Then secondary is AOS stuff. Tertiary is some of my personal apps, and then Noster, and just to prioritize tasks. Like, it's really cool.
That's awesome. And what is it? Like, as somebody who's not a dev, do I need to have dev skills to put this together? Like, are you doing this in a terminal, or are you doing this through Obsidian?
So, let me share another screen here. All sorts of Derek sharing today. I literally built all this with AI, so it's all relevant. Let me share again here.
Or does Claude do all the building for you?
Oh no, let's see here. Let's what's in here. What directory? Projects. Or no, wait a second. All right, so I built the content researcher. DocX is generic. Executive assistant is very customized to me. DevRel is obviously me. Planning with files is obviously me. PowerPoint presentations, very generic. Strategic planning, customized, and then Excel sheets, very generic. These three are just direct imports from Claude's official skills. They're not anything. But then let's look at so these skills live in whatever agent I'm using, OpenCode or Claude, and Claude reads them. So what does this one do? So the which one? Yeah, the content researcher. That one's not that exciting. Let's do the executive assistant skill. Okay, so what does the executive assistant skill do? They have all this information here. So they know what I want my daily tasks to be, what my priorities are, things with deadlines, blockers, and so forth, how I want my meetings to be structured, decisions, key points, everything, email processing rules, notes rules, how I want things to be followed up, and my deliverables, deadlines. Then I have some basic examples of folder structures of how I have stuff organized in Obsidian, examples of how I want things to be named. I said document processing, like literally I'd say 85% of this stuff was I told AI what I wanted, gave it some examples, and then it built it all, and then I went through and I customized things for key directories for my Vault schedule. And the cool thing is once you tell AI how to do something, all you do is say, "Hey, update the executive assistant so you remember this for next time," and then you never have to tell it that again. So that's what I was doing. If I said I want my work schedule to be in here in this directory here, and then after it puts the work files schedule in there, I say remember that so I don't have to tell you again, and then it writes this line to the skill. Now here's where I customized a lot of stuff because I want tasks to be managed. Task Warrior is a command line terminal task program, but I don't ever use it personally. Like I don't open it up. I could, but I'm just using it so Claude can understand it because it'll create text-based output. So these are all the commands, and it'll go in, it'll create projects. Here's an example. So it'll group things automatically by projects for me. I said GitLab projects. It does all of this for me. Then I have calendar. Again, I don't actually use the actual command line calendar. I'm never going to use that. But so Claude can understand it. It literally looks at my calendar list, and because it has all of the context of my tasks, if I have detailed calendar information, it can link them together. Like it's freaking wild.
That's awesome.
And then contacts are the same thing. So I like people that I contact, so it knows their like contact information, names, business titles. So if I say, "Hey, I need to have a meeting with Tyler from BTC Media," if he to talk about the Bitcoin conference, it immediately knows all that stuff. So it can build me, "Hey, these are the tasks you have to talk about with BTC Media based on your last meeting notes, based on the last time you met, who they are, and based on what you said you wanted to do for Las Vegas." So literally, like it works really well. I've been using it just for a few days now, and I'm amazed.
That's cool.
Now the GitLab integration is a script that I wrote. It's a Python script. It crawls all this stuff. Again, like what do I want synced? I want my GitLab, merge requests. I want the issues, the to-dos, things I have starred, things I've commented on, things like that. So this is whatever. Yeah. This is my assistant that is going to hopefully manage my life. The so you, I mean, you can make any of these for everyone. So what was I looking at? The content research writer. So I talked about like blog posts, writing blog posts, and writing Reddit posts, Twitter posts, things like that, just to tone. So it did that. It's the DevRel skill. DevRel skill is like 100% Derek. Like I talk about the tools that I use for scheduling. I talk about workflow, doing Shakespeare workshops, conference prep. The Shakespeare workshops, I have literally all the information. Let me find it. The whole thing, all the URLs to do a Shakespeare workshop, example, Canva templates, all the information about and other stuff, check and other stuff, for like the Shakespeare workshop, how a workshop should be structured. So if I say I need to create a calendar event to do a workshop or a meeting to do a workshop with so and so about this, and this, it needs to be focused on this, but it needs to be a Shakespeare workshop. It'll know the generic template of a Shakespeare workshop and then throw in customizations for that event. Already did that, already tested that. That works. Here we go, Heather. I put this in here for us.
What is
So
it?
whenever I talk about soapbox sessions, it knows that we record every Wednesday, release every Thursday, who the hosts are,
What? That's cool.
what the format is, what we talk about.
Does it tell you when
I
I upload or when I update like a GitLab issue? Is it like Heather added this?
if you tag me, yeah.
Oh,
So this so Patrick, I do have all of my scripts and I do have all of my skills, everything in a private Git repository. I'm going to make it public here soon. I just want to refine it a little bit and then make sure I'm not sharing anything I shouldn't share, and then I'll make it public for you to clone. But you can start working on things. It's really easy. It's not hard. I said all you do is you go in and you tell your AI to make the thing. Okay, well that's enough Derek sharing. I've been talking for a long time.
that's awesome though. I think everybody's speechless now.
Yeah, so the whole reason that I did that is because I started a new job, but two, um, Soapbox is going to be building some of these type of tools as well, because we mainly build tools for building your website. But what if your website becomes successful and you're like, oh shit, I need a company?
That'd be great, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
But
first of all, congratulations, and second of all, a lot of people don't know the next steps. But what if you had all these agents and that had these skills, to help you, run your company that you didn't know that you were going to have. So, the business vision, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the business vision is something that we're thinking about, to where you could just go to Shakespeare to launch your business. So I said I'm going to play around with this as much as I can and learn about as much as I can. So I've been building skills and building agents and tasks to complete workflows the past week.
so what tools do I need to trick out my Obsidian like that? Well, not like exactly like that, but in my own way. Like, 'cause there's so many Obsidian plugins available. It's an overwhelming amount of things to look through. And
Yeah, I mean, I only have like 3 Obsidian plugins.
the rest was
I have
Claude,
my open
Claude
I
skills.
have my yeah, I have my open code one that I built, and then I have, let's see, community plugins. I have Kanban, which I've never used.
Mm.
Um, I have Excalidraw, which I've never used.
Alex uses it.
Yeah, that's why I added it, because Alex uses it. So I was like, oh well, maybe I can incorporate his images. But yeah, like I have a vanilla Obsidian, and you don't even have to have the Claude or the open code built into it if you don't want. I I just did it so I didn't have to alt tab or have, two different windows open.
Sweet.
But so I will say that fucking Anthropic, they apparently are eavesdropping on Alex and I's conversation somehow, because not really. It's just a smart move. But they announced Claude Cowork today. That isn't for building applications. It's for building business workflows. They literally announced the same thing that I've been building for a week. So
Yeah.
that
Okay.
so that means the big companies are thinking this way too.
Yeah.
Um, and if Anthropic did it, that means in the next 3 months, Google and OpenAI are going to do it too. So if we want to jump on this business vision that we had like a week ago, we need to get started
We're
yesterday.
we're a
Because
good company, I
I,
guess. Everybody's
I
doing.
literally, literally this afternoon, I sent Alex a message and I said, "Are you fucking kidding me? These fuckers! They literally released what I thought that we were going to be one of the first to do."
It's a
So
race.
apparently it's on everybody's mind.
It's a race, and we're all racing.
Sure, sure. I'm sorry, STL. I've been taking this became the Derek show. I apologize. If you have something you would like to show, or Patrick, or anybody that's in here would like to talk about something they're building on, you absolutely can share. I just kind of took over, and I apologize.
Well, you are the host, but yeah, the STL, can you screen share STL? You've built like 14 things, at least.
He's always building.
Just tagging us on Twitter last time.
Twitter.
Hmm. Hey, we're everywhere.
I can scroll up in the chat. Do you have something you shared earlier? Your Noster Hub fork? Yes, I know. I'm trying to get Alex to approve the updates for that. Noster Podcast Hub. Let me click on that. I don't see any podcasts when I click on it. It's searching for podcasts, it says. I don't have any podcasts. It's not finding anything. I can create a podcast. But I don't see any podcasts. It says it's searching for, search for podcasts. Can I type in Soapbox
There you
Sessions?
go.
Insert? No, I guess I'm not screen
No, you're
sharing the
not.
show, but I don't see anything in it.
We did a podcast client, a
Yeah, I don't
homepage,
see it.
Nostr
The
podcast. Okay.
podcast client's not. This isn't working for me, brother. Let me share my screen just so everybody can see what I'm seeing. All right, share screen, window, podcast. All right, so you made this podcast on Noster app, and I don't see anything in here. But I see you have the ability to manage your podcast key pairs. Each podcast requires its own identity. Create your first podcast.
Mm.
So this is creating a new set of keys. Well, I'll refresh. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll even go in here and I'll delete the data. But I'm not seeing anything, bud. Are you using? Hey, look at that! There we
Huh.
go. It just took a long
Was it just
time.
relays being relays or what?
I don't know. He got some bugs, but I'm betting the 16 episodes is us. Even though that we have what 19, 20 episodes. I don't know.
Fine
Got some
tune.
bugs to work on though. Yeah.
I had to think about it for a second.
See, I thought you showed me this a week ago, and I saw.
Oh, it's an untitled
Yeah,
podcast
I
bug, you said?
because Heather, do you remember I told you I found out there was like 6 people using Podster or whatever, or
Yeah.
5, and 6 was gonna be 6 was gonna be Nostra Compass. Yeah, so I looked at his website a week ago. Yeah, yeah, I remember
He
seeing
says,
this.
since you said to me each key pair could only have one podcast each, creating a new podcast creates a new key pair.
Okay, I see. We'll keep banging away at it. We
Keep building.
need more podcasts. Need more podcast apps. How's Nostra Blue coming, Patrick?
It's coming. I'm breaking things at the moment, so that's fun.
Yeah, there you go.
Welcome to the club.
As we do, as we do.
Always like 2 steps forward and 1 back, but you're making progress.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really need to unfuck what I had working earlier. The whole reason that I broke things is when relays would disconnect, like every minute or whatever, it would post the relay disconnect message and reconnect message to the console. And I hated it and was trying to hide it and completely break everything. What did you break? How did you break it?
Mine is well, right now the fork that I'm on, I'm trying to fix some of the code stuff. I didn't even show that off last week. I integrated some of the like Git hosting into the sites under the code repo, but now apparently I've done something that's not working. Let me see. I'll share what I can of it.
I'm about ready to revert back to my Git pushes from like 5 p.m. today when everything was working before I left to go like have family time.
Yeah, so now like none of the
Oh, I see.
data is
Yeah.
really properly pulling in and whatnot, but
Yeah.
that's a work in progress. That was one of the things I forgot last week to show off. This
Okay.
week, my biggest focus has been on I built a Blossom manager.
Oh, like Bouquet?
Yeah, very similar. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
So to just pull in all the stuff that's connected to any of the Blossom servers that are on my whatever the kind is, and
Yeah.
then let me edit them and whatever from the site.
Didn't you tell me it doesn't your Git or I'm sorry, Git, doesn't your GIF implementation like look at the Gits hosted on Blossom or something like that?
It yeah, it will look the GIF one does NIP50 search
That's what I meant.
over
Yeah.
anything that
NIP50 search. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I think we need some more Blossom management tools.
Like, okay.
yeah, it's just
Or,
building into need.
Yeah.
And then the more recent today that I've been working on, or last couple days, I guess, is
ooh.
like the Bible support. I've been trying to build a full Bible reader into it. I found there's a project that has a full open API that gives you multiple Bible translations that you can pull
Oh,
in.
wow. That's cool. Oh, that's a lot.
So yeah, they do quite a bit, and they're all, I think, open public domain translations. So
Cool.
the only one that I've really paid attention to is BSB, but then it will go through. You can
Oh, wow.
flop through them. You can highlight it. It will publish like NIP 84, I think it is, whatever highlights is. You can share it to Noster and insert the verse and add a link to the site or
Oh,
whatever.
damn. That's impressive. Don't need that Bible
So
app on my phone anymore then, right?
That's the goal. That's the plan. That's eventually getting highlights. Should show highlights. I haven't made any to really fully test that, but eventually I want it to have highlights so you can have like group Bible studies and see other people's comments and pull in things along those lines. But
That's awesome.
that's kind of been the only things I've really worked on, that and bug fixes.
Okay. No, I still love your app, man. I think it's,
Nostra Blue.
you know, we would say that No Strudel was kind of like the web army knife, but I think Nostra Blue's gonna surpass
Got
it.
more things, you think?
Certainly appreciate it.
And also Ruster, which we haven't heard from him in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the inspiration for it.
Yeah,
He's the one who laid the foundation
I
for this.
love it.
yeah. Very cool. Well, Patrick, I'll let you know whenever I have the open code thing working. Nathan Day is going to be using it tomorrow, so he told me he was going to. When I messaged him and said it's all working, he's like, "Okay, I'm going to bed. I'll use it tomorrow." And then I broke it while he's sleeping, so
Oh
I
no.
need to fix it tonight.
You need to pull an all
Hey,
nighter.
Trace, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Have you played with Vibe Kanban yet?
No, I haven't.
I forget who showed that to me, but I've started to play with it a little today, and that's kind of interesting. I'll pull up a window for it.
Yeah, pull it up.
Apparently, they released an update, so it's pulling in the update real quick. It all runs locally, but then it gives you like a Kanban style thing for any of your projects. Let's see. So you can go through, put a bug into it. It will then, you can like set it up to run. It will run it all in the background for you. And then at the end, you can just review the diff to see what's actually changed in the code and then merge it directly into it.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Sean that maybe I've seen this from, Sean
Really?
Yeager. But so far, it's I was able to squash some bugs with it today, so
That looks kind of
it seems
cool.
pretty
I
interesting.
like that.
Yeah,
It doesn't look like your average
nice, dude.
Kanban board. It's different. I like that.
Yeah.
Different style through different themes.
So I'll hopefully have a better report about it in a few days after playing with it some more.
Neat.
Let's see.
They have a theme.
Heather, do you have anything? Do you have anything that you want
I
to
haven't built
share?
anything lately.
That's okay.
It's all good. No, we have a theme. It's like everybody's got kind of like education, productivity, like very utility oriented types of things everyone's making.
Well, I think it's a sign of the times. You know, we're moving on to a little bit of management stuff
Yeah.
and trying to foster some growth, and others are stepping up and building, like STL and Val, and we got to fix Val's issue though. We got to figure out what caused the
I
issue.
have no doubt our crack team will figure something out. And everything will be better because of it. But right now it's baffling. Totally.
Yeah. I don't know. I wish I did.
Sleep on it.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Well, if there's nothing else anybody wants to share, I'm gonna get back to hopefully unfucking Shakespeare CLI.
Well, there you go.
I do have one question, Derek. I don't know if you can help me with it, but
Oh, absolutely. What's up?
a project that I'm working on, but I'm curious as to whether Nostra could be implemented for it. And it's basically verifying media by device, so verifying the authenticity of media to be able to at source capture basically. It's like the first mile problem to solve for like the is what's real problem, the is this real problem, which is probably going to get much worse with generative AI.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, whether it's possible to use implement Nostr like in the tech stack, because it seems to be like a natural partner for that, but also B, whether anyone's working on that.
Well, I'll tell you exactly that. Yes, someone is going to be implementing that. The Divine app is doing this. They're using proof mode to do that, to try to figure out
Nice.
what is AI.
Okay, that's Rabble, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, Rab.
Oh,
Yes.
cool. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I met Rabble in Nostriga
Oh, cool.
back when. That was a little while ago. That's where I met you as well. I met you back then as well.
Awesome.
Pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So he's using Nostr for that implementation.
Yeah, Divine is going to be. I mean, it is. It's a Nostr app, and then they're going to be doing those types of attestations to try to determine what is real and what is not real.
Yeah. So
They're using a piece of software called proof mode. I forget the company's name, but I mean you can look into it.
Okay. Is that like on the open standard, the C2PA? Like
I don't remember. I really don't.
Oh, all right.
But I mean the Divine code's all open source. Okay. Any other questions?
I think STL had a couple other projects he was hoping you'd show off.
You still didn't show my other two things. Dude, you have too much stuff.
Pot kettle. You have so many apps too.
We've looked at your Vidster before. Is there something new? Do we need to look at a new feature? What new feature? Let me bring it up here. Because we've looked at Vidster before. It's been a while, so I don't remember exactly. Let me show it here. Vidster. Boom. Yeah, we've looked at Vidster before. Yeah, you have. Tell you, I don't remember playlist being up top.
I saw my cats.
But you have. Yeah, that's coming along nicely.
Vidster looks great.
Yeah. Pulling all kinds of stuff. Look at that.
Yeah. You got your following feed, trending feed. The trending, is it, wonder where it's getting that data from? What is it doing for trending, I wonder?
Looks chronological because the timelines are all kind of in order.
Shows more recent videos and has open graph image now. Yeah, I know that. That was a video I saw that I uploaded of my cats today on Divine.
Cool. Yeah, coming along nicely. Okay.
That's a cool looking feed.
Yeah, I like it. All right, so what else? Vidster has playlists, not working well. Okay. What else do I need to show, brother? Your personal homepage. I looked at this earlier because you shared this and Alex and I commented on it, or Alex commented on it, but I saw it. Yeah, you made a little about me page. I can share that for you. There we go. Boom.
Eight.
You got your notes. Maybe. There we go. All your apps that you've made
There you
are
go.
all right there.
There's the directory.
Boom. So what you need to do with this, the prompt you need to say is, I want to render Nostr end profile and Nostr mentions in the cards in the notes feed. and in the article feed, if depending on what you show in the article feed. But if you say you want to render the Noster colon N profile and Noster colon N pub, render those in the profile, and it'll make those renders so you don't have the really long, ugly looking. It'll say that the person's actual name. Yeah, so it'll make all those look pretty.
Yeah.
Red,
What is that? The
yeah.
NPub plus
Simple
X code or something?
Well, you just say you want to render the NIP19. You don't need to say that. You just say I want to render the Noster colon N profile and Noster colon N pub in the social cards in the feed. That's all you need to say, and it'll do it. And you also, if you want images to be displayed, I mean that's simple. You can figure that out. You're a smart guy.
He's a
Yeah, man.
prolific builder.
Like your little profile. Yeah, yeah. We got your little all about.
And building your ass off, STL.
I know. Lots of building. Very cool, man. Appreciate all of the building that you're doing. You're having fun and you're building some really cool stuff. So I like your Vidster. I used your raw event the other day, and then I also used your event broadcaster, because so I have profile broadcaster that I broadcast profiles on. Yeah, I wanted to broadcast a specific event, and I said, man, I wish my app had this. I just do profiles. I said I should add individual events, and I said, nope, I'm gonna go use STL's event broadcaster, and I went and found it and used it, and it worked great, man. Yeah, you're an Oster Hub fork. I said that it's I approved it last week. I told Alex I want him to have it. I said to Alex I wanted him to have it done for today because I wanted to. He didn't approve it, so I'm gonna yell at him again. He gave me merge approval on the Soapbox webpage over the weekend. So I'm gonna tell him I want merge approval on Noster Hub next, and then I'll just merge your stuff.
You'd be
and
a
my
merging
stuff.
fool.
It will be.
Who did you-
Alrighty. What's
I like
that,
that
Patrick?
post, by the way. You're a magician, wizard.
Yeah, well, yeah, we had that conversation because I showed him all what I had done with open code, and he's like, "Why'd you make a Shakespeare plugin? I made a plugin," and I said, "Well, what's your plugin do?" And he goes, "Oh, it adds Shakespeare AI, and you got to put in your NSEC." I'm like, "Dude, I'm not putting in my NSEC." I was like, I'm not doing that. I'll do NIP 46 and scan a QR code, and I'll get that to work. And then I said something like, should I merge my project into your project, or merge your project into my project? Like, who's who? And I was like, well, you're the real, I forget what I said. I'm just something, and you're the real something. And he corrected me, and he's like, no, what did I say? I said, I'm just the magician's assistant. And he said, no, I'm a sorcerer and you're a magician. And I thought about it for a second, and I'm like, wait a second, this is actually really, really true, right? Like, you have the abilities, so you're the sorcerer, you have the powers. Me, I just use tools and tricks to figure all this out. Oh, I thought it was a really good analogy.
Yeah, I actually really like that.
Yeah.
A lot of sense.
Well, this weekend is the AI hackathon, for the AI Freedom Hackathon for Human Rights Foundation down in Austin, Texas. So Alex and MK and Chad and I will be there, as well as some other people. I don't know who, but it should be a fun event. We'll be using all the AI tools and building all the AI things for freedom fighters and activists. So I'm looking forward to that. Have some wizards and some sorcerers and magicians all together.
Indeed.
Very cool. See what comes out of it.
Okay. Yep, I'm excited. All right, I want to try to unfuck my project here. Big problem with stacks. Yeah, well, we're going to be getting rid of well, not stacks entirely, but yeah, like we kind of want to, like, stacks is our own like version of open code, but open code is doing much better things than we could have ever imagined. So the thought is to maybe merge stacks into open code or just replace it with open code. And that's kind of what I did where you were only using stacks to clone MK stack. Well, that's stupid. So I just built a Shakespeare plugin to do it with open code, so you don't need get stacks anymore. You can do it with open code. That's the thought. We can still call them stacks, but there's no point to run our own, AI agent when we can just use open code. That's kind of our thought. All right, cool guys. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna do the thing, and I will catch you all on the Noster tomorrow. STL, thank you for staying up. I know it's late over there. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Later, Patrick.
Have a great
Thank you,
week,
Derek.
y'all.
Thanks, everyone.
Yep.